Greetings. Let's get into it. It's the SwagHer Daily Brief. I'm Fancy, your host, founder, and publisher and editor in chief of SwagHer Magazine. And today is Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. Your culturally grounded news, no filter, no fluff. So, story one: the Voting Rights Act got gutted today. We are leading with this because our community needs to understand what just happened this morning. The Supreme Court sharply weakened a key provision of the landmark Voting Rights Act on Wednesday, a ruling that limits the consideration of race in drawing voting maps and could usher in major Republican gains in the House. Here's the breakdown. In a 6-3 ruling in Louisiana versus Calais, I think that's how you say it. The majority held that Louisiana's congressional map, redrawn to include a second majority black district, constitutes an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. They didn't erase Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act on paper, but make no mistake about what this means in practice. The ruling could reshape voting all across the South and boost the Republican majority in the House by an additional 19 seats compared to 2024 maps. Justice Elena Kagan said it plainly in her dissent. If other states follow Louisiana's lead, the minority citizens residing there will no longer have an equal opportunity to elect candidates of their choice. CNN Supreme Court analysts called it a potentially long-term catastrophic shift, not just in courts, ability to face race-based voter suppression, but in the ability to even prove it in the first place. And April Albright of Black Voters Matter put it in the clearest terms. The Voting Rights Act was the guardrail, and without it, there's nothing left because most of these red states also don't have robust protections for voting rights in their own state constitutions. This is a generational blow. Stay informed, stay organized, do not look away now from the courts to the economy because what happens in Washington also hits our wallets. The Fed holds, but Powell may be on his way out. The Federal Reserve is expected to keep interest rates steady at what is likely to be Jerome Powell's last policy meeting as chair. Rates holding steady means borrowing costs aren't getting worse today, but they're not getting better either. And if that man's administration moves Powell out and installs someone more politically aligned, that's when things get unpredictable fast. For our community of entrepreneurs and investors, this is the moment to stay close to your cash flow, keep your books clean, and know your numbers. The economic pressure on Black women in business is real. Black women owned businesses increased by 13% between 2024 and 2025, but economic instability under the current administration is creating real challenges for growth and sustainability. We are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in this country, and the system keeps moving the goalposts. Stay building anyway. That's the swagger way. Speaking of the culture that can't be stopped, let's talk about the box office because the King of Pop just made history. Michael breaks every record. The Michael Jackson biopic from Lionsgate arrived in theaters this weekend as an instant sensation, pulling 97 million domestically and 217 million globally in its opening weekend, ranking as the best start of all time for any biopic and the best start of all time. I'm sorry, the best start of all time for any biopic, and smashing a record previously held by Straight Outta Compton back in 2015. Critics panned it, the people did not care. The film surged past all projections, fueled by strong word of mouth and a 97% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes from more than 5,000 verified ticket buyers. The film stars Jafir Jackson, Michael's real life nephew, alongside Coleman Domingo and Neil Long as parents Joe and Catherine Jackson. Coleman Domingo and Neil Long in the same film. We showed up and we showed out. And I'm sorry to say I was not one of the but we as a community, I have not went and saw it yet. But I was debating, but I did tell y'all, like, I don't know if I could sit through a 2 hour long movie, but I don't know. I might go check it out though. Try doing something for myself by myself. Black culture moves the needle. It always has, and the numbers prove it every single time. Now, before we close out, one more story worth your attention. Silence the press, amplify the people. That man's administration challenged ABC's broadcast license this week an unprecedented move against a major network. And the response? The controversy intensified public interest in critical media commentary, with one late night monologue racking up more than 4 million views in under 24 hours. When they try to silence the press, the people get louder. That's the reminder, which is exactly why independent black media by us, for us, matters more right now than it ever has. In closing, today was heavy. A voting rights rollback, economic pressure on our entrepreneurs, immigration protections for hundreds of thousands of Haitians hanging in the balance. But we don't tune out, we tune in. That's who we are. And that brings us to this. If today's brief reminded you of why Black women need our own spaces to stay informed, stay connected, and stay visible, then you already know what time it is. SwagHer Magazine is the digital media home for Black millennial women who are building, leading, and moving with intention. And if you're ready to take your visibility to the next level, we want to see you at Swagger Outside, the Culture Tour. Kicking off in Houston at the My Mind is My Business Conference, May 24th through the 26th. Those dates are not right. I don't know why these dates are not right in my computer, but it's actually May 22nd through the 24th, and the award show is going to be on the 24th. And remember, your girl is getting an award. This is where the culture meets the conference room. Live podcast recordings, speaker features, networking with women who are about it. If you're a speaker, entrepreneur, or a brand that wants to be seen by your audience, your spot is waiting. Visit swaggermagazine.com to learn more and get connected. Until next time, stay visible, stay grounded, stay swagger. Peace and blessings.